One day at the beach, my dog decided to scratch the area where the wound was just by jumping up on my leg. So being brought up local style, you jump in the ocean and you clean it out. I think that was the wrong move. Morning of that, woke up, my leg looked like a tree trunk. Had my partner rush me to the ER, and that's where the journey began. Prior to the wound, I lived a very active life. Played a bunch of volleyball pretty much every day of the week. Took my dogs for 2-mile walks. Did a lot of bike riding. And that just kind of all came to a halt. My biggest fear was losing my leg, because knowing what my life is and not having that limb just takes all of that away. It's been life-changing. It really has. Being shuttled back and forth on the handicap vans and stuff like that. You hear stories of people getting their limbs cut off because you don't have a center like this. So to have this was a big turnaround. It made me have hope again. I felt like my prayers were finally being answered. Maui is progressing. We're not stuck in the dark ages anymore. There's actually help out there. I haven't started really playing volleyball, but I've started coaching volleyball. So that has brought the sport back into my life, and I'm happy about that. We don't go on 2-mile walks, but we've gone like maybe for 45 minutes to an hour walk and then turn around and come back. But my dogs love the fact that we're out. And you know, it's nice to be able to be standing on my own 2 legs and walking my property instead of having to be in a wheelchair and roll myself around. I grew up with my mom and my grandmother, who basically, you know, always turned around and told us, if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. So I grew up with that mentality. So I pushed myself every time I could. You know, to a certain extent, like, oh, okay, my leg's tired, we need to sit down. It's been night and day. It always felt like I would take a step forward and then 10 steps back. And I'm just so happy that there's actually sunshine at the end of the tunnel. I think the hardest part for me is because I've always been the caregiver, you know, and it was like really hard receiving care because I'm always on the other end of that. So it was really hard for me to accept help. You have an amazing staff here. I don't consider them nurses or anything like that. So for me, walking in here is like walking in and seeing family. And I'm excited of the fact that, you know, we're getting to a point where it's closing and stuff like that, but I'm going to miss them. Now it's an amazing journey, knowing that there is a finish line at the end and not having to worry about whether or not my leg's going to be gone, because I know my leg's going to be with me.